Is the price right? Is it big, hairy, and scary? No, but you have to work at it. The scenario for the pricing of a product or service is often a finger in the air to see which way the wind is blowing. Why is this the case? Well, the person who is making that decision is often taking a leap of faith to start a venture or bringing a new product or service to market and is totally out of their comfort zone. There will be mistakes along the way, but if you are willing to learn, research, and react, the mistakes will be few and the prize is there to win. For now, we're looking at some financial basics, and there's a lot more information to help you at www.businesslincolnshire.com. There are many definitions for business pricing, but my favorite is quite simple and a reflection of the relationship that the seller has with the customer. Pricing is an exercise to maximize returns whilst delivering a product or service at a price that your customer is happy to pay. It's the original win-win. The market you are in may well accept a higher margin than you believe. Customers are often prepared to pay a premium price for a better service or for a product with different or unique features. Knowledge is strength. Ignorance is rarely bliss. There is no one strategy to employ when setting your prices, and it therefore becomes a judgment call based on the market you are in. Not all entrepreneurs are financial wizards, nor do they need to be. They are often extremely creative in other ways. However, you do need to understand your business and the market it operates within. Too often, when trying to fix a price point, businesses take their costs, add the required profit margin, and believe that they have arrived at the selling price. This is sadly wrong and can be a costly mistake to make. In the spirit of time spent in planning is never wasted, it's important to take the time to understand the mechanics of pricing, which underpins your financial strategy for your business. Over time, with the help of a few simple financial tools, it will become second nature. The things you will need to consider to effectively manage your business's financial strategy are costs. Running costs are the day-to-day expenses associated with operating your business. It's simply the amount of money you will regularly spend on things such as wages, rent, and buying stock. Production or service capacity. A basic way to find out the production capacity is by multiplying the number of available workstation capacity by the available time in a work shift. For example, if a machine's design capacity is 10 units in an hour and the work shift is 8 hours, the production capacity for the machine is 80 units per shift. Service capacity may be understood as a volume that service can be managed while ensuring certain predefined quality standards and overall delivery performance. Service capacity management focuses on providing better services to clients and customers as per their demands. Costs of distribution. In the simplest format, distribution costs are costs to sell or market products in different territories, locally, regionally, nationally, and internationally. They are the costs for activities after goods are produced and until they are received by customers. Your competitors' prices. Understanding the competition will involve you doing market research, which you have obviously already spent a lot of time on. No? Well, here's the point where you stop and assess what you know about the market you are entering, and more importantly, where your knowledge on the competition falls down. There are various ways you can get a heads up on the competition's prices. Research online. Although an increasing number of businesses do not advertise their prices on their website. Ask for a quote as if you are a prospective customer. Believe me, you'll hate this when people start asking you for this. Your existing customers and prospects. Ask directly what prices they are paying from your competitors. Global and regional online marketplaces such as Amazon, Spotify, etc. Any discount structure within your distribution channel. A reduction from the list price that is offered by a seller to buyers in payment for marketing functions the buyer will perform is known as a functional or trade discount, as they are payments to distribution channel members for performing some function. A financial line in the sand, but not the end of the journey. When setting your prices, you need to be aware of how costs and profit impact on price. Thankfully, once again, you don't have to be a financial wizard to work these things out. We can use tried and tested simple tools to help us. Look at this table. It's called a break-even ready reckoner, and it's a quick tool to assist you in making sense of your figures. So let's become familiar with some more financial terms. What is a fixed cost? Fixed costs are the expenses that stay the same no matter how much activity a business is doing. They are the opposite of variable costs. Fixed costs have to be paid, even if a business doesn't do any trade on the day. They tend to include regular recurring costs like leases, wages, and insurance. Our other axis shows gross profit margin percentage. The gross profit margin is the percentage of sales revenue that is left once the cost of sales has been paid. It tells a business how much gross profit is made for every pound of sales revenue received. For example, a gross profit margin of 75% means that every pound of sales provides 75 pence of gross profit. Where a business is able to provide significant added value, then the gross profit margin will be higher. Examples include handmade goods and specialist services. Now we understand the terms, let's return to the table, which demonstrates the impact of changes in fixed costs and gross margin on your break-even sales point. To give you a starting point, look at the break-even figure of 100 in the center of the table and how changes in fixed costs and gross margin affect the sales figures required to break even. At that point, the fixed cost is £25,000 and the profit margin 25%. Remember that scenario. Now, let's look again. If the fixed costs fall to £25,000 and the gross margin increases to 35%, then the break-even figure falls to 71%. Play around with the Ready Reckoner and work out your own scenarios. You can't break it. This will obviously fund my retirement, or not. The product lifecycle may also have an effect on your prices. There are 4 stages of the product lifecycle which we will look at next: introduction, growth, maturity, decline. Newly introduced or new-to-market products can sometimes hold a premium price margin. One golden rule to remember: never start selling off a new product low. It's almost impossible to push up prices to existing customers. Prime examples of growth in product life cycles are smartphones, which are available from a variety of key competitors, and there has been a dramatic increase in smartphone sales worldwide since the early 2010s. However, companies like Apple, Amazon, and Xbox are all examples of companies in the maturity stage of product lifecycle. They are well known, trusted, and continue to hold a high market share in their industries. If your product or service makes it to the maturity stage, this should be the longest part of its product lifecycle. At this stage, you will probably notice that you may need to enhance product features to make it more appealing than competitors. Examples of products that have gone through a full product lifecycle include typewriters, compact discs, 8 tracks, and video home systems. We have mentioned smartphones, Xbox, and Apple as growth and mature products, but electronics often have a relatively short life cycle, with manufacturers expecting customers to replace technology within a few short years, and technology quickly becoming obsolete. We all know the impact on our pockets of the new piece of kit. None of this is an exact science, but the bottom line is that you can rarely take something to market which won't need redesigning, adapting for different customers, or have a competitor trying to knock it out of the ballpark. Know your product, know your market, and make sure you instigate change in good time. There are also a plethora of businesses on the web that will fashion a pricing strategy for you or sell you a whizzy piece of software. But always remember, it's your livelihood and ultimately your responsibility to get it right. Remember that first time you used a calculator for a complicated equation? You looked at it and still weren't too sure if it was right. And it's the same when you outsource your financial decisions. By all means, use the experts and the software if they suit you, but know what the outcome is that you are looking for and how to measure its success. We haven't reached the end, it's the beginning. We have covered a lot of ground in a short period, and those of you thinking of starting a business will probably be slightly reeling, and those with businesses possibly listing questions for their financial advisor. So let's put this into perspective. A business that does not make profits is an expensive hobby. In order to be profitable, you need to manage your costs and your margins and be able to use tools that will help you understand your finances more. Strong financial knowledge and decision-making skills will help you weigh options and make informed choices for your financial situations, such as deciding how and when to save and spend, comparing costs before a big purchase, diversification, mergers and acquisitions, and planning for retirement or other long-term savings. As the business gets bigger, so do the decisions. But If you have started on a firm understanding of your finances, it will keep you in good stead for the future. Finance is a dry subject, but it is the route to your success. So grab that knowledge with both hands. Thank you for watching today, and may your business go from strength to strength.